In this video, I'm going to be talking about fighting games and how you can approach them as a beginner. So if it's your first time playing a fighting game, the first thing that I would suggest for you to do is to enter training mode. In training mode, you'll see a character select screen, or you'll be taken to a character select screen. On the character select screen, the first thing I need you to do is just to select any random character. You can choose whoever you like, whoever interests you. Maybe if they look cool to you or you like their design or whatever, choose any character. So after choosing your character, the first thing that I need you to do is to just learn the fundamentals of the game. So by fundamentals, I mean like movements. Let's start with movements. So the first thing you want to do after choosing a character is see how they move. How fast do they walk? Can they run? Does the game have any dash options? Are they able to dash? Do they have a really high jump or a short jump? Are they a good jumper? And things of that nature. Seeing how a character moves and feels is something that's very important in a fighting game, because there's some characters who you like their movements more than others, and there are other characters who are difficult to play for some players because of simply the way they move. So after seeing the way the character moves, I also want you to try their inputs. So by inputs, I don't mean actually using the character select menu. The first thing you can do is just try random buttons and seeing what they do, like random light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. Those are like the standards in most games. The reason why I want you to do this is also by seeing the random inputs that they have, you can also still get a feel of the character other than the way they move. So you want to see just how fast the punches are, the kicks are, and also the range that they have on those normals. So this is something that is very important when playing fighting games and will be crucial in the game. After getting a feel of the normals and the movement of the character, I want you to find the character who's a shodo in the game. So a shodo is a character who is the best way to define a shodo. It's a fighting game archetype of a character who's an all-rounder. They have moves for pretty much any situation, and most of their moves are also easy to learn and beginner friendly. If you're having trouble finding the character who's a shodo, they're usually on the poster of the game, or you can also just search online to find which character is the shodo. So after picking the shodo, I want you to go to training mode and to check the command list. The command list will give you a list of inputs that the character has and what they can do. And actually, before trying these inputs, I want you to try connecting normals. For example, try pressing standing light punch into standing medium punch. This should be a 2-hit combo. So the reason why I was saying you should choose a shodo is because things tend to combo easily, but we'll get to combos later. First, the command list. So I want you to try doing most of the inputs that the character has. The first input is probably a quarter circle forward punch input, which is probably some sort of projectile, and this should be easy to do. And then you also have your standard dragon punch, which is like a Z formation forward punch, which leads to a DP. So now let's assume that you're struggling to do these inputs, and let's also assume that you're playing on PC. One of the reasons why you may be struggling with these inputs is because of the controller you're using. Maybe you're using a keyboard. So if you're struggling to do these inputs, I would say try to find a different controller. If you're using a keyboard, try to use a pad or other controller options, because I think this is something that's not talked about a lot. Sometimes some inputs can be hard on one controller than on another, and it also depends on person to person and also on the character you're playing. But right now we're focused on the shodo character, so let's continue. You need to give yourself time to learn the moves of the character, in this case the shodo character. It may not be something that you pick off right on the first try. It may require a lot of time and patience. Try to get a feel of the character and a feel of the move. Don't just rush to press anything. Try to understand the flow of the game and the flow of the move. How fast do I need to press the buttons on the controller for the move to come out? or can the move still work if I press slower? So give yourself grace, because you're a beginner, probably someone who doesn't even play this type of games, so it's going to take some time. But after learning a few of the basic special moves that are on the command list, you're on your way. So after learning the Shoto character, also after learning the command list special moves, don't forget your normals and your movements. So many times in a fighting game, you don't always need to rely on these quarter circle forward or dragon punch. Sometimes normals can do a lot more damage and can win you a match more than the special moves. So don't just spend too much time focusing on special moves. Remember your normals and your character's movements. And after you finish training with the Shoto character or the beginner character, whatever they're called, you can try playing other characters. So most of what I've been saying are attacking moves, like the moves you're using on the command list. But a fight is not just about offense, it's also about defense. And one thing that is important for you to learn in a fighting game is how to block or how to be on the defensive. So in most fighting games, the way of blocking is just by holding back. If your character is standing at the left and the CPU or player 2 is at the right, that means you just hold left to block. Blocking is something that is very important. It's not just about the inputs, it's also how you block moves. So one thing you should do as a beginner is to select a mode where the CPU is active or is doing a move and the CPU is attacking you, and then you can hold block. Or if you have someone to play with, tell them to press normal so that you can try blocking. And of course, it's not that straightforward. It's something that I will dive into deeper, because there are some moves that can't be blocked just by holding back and things like that. So it's not just as easy as holding back. But yeah, that's something that you should be mindful of and take time to learn that. And also how when blocking lows, like moves that are done while crouching, you yourself have to crouch. If the CPU is hitting you with a crouching low, you yourself have to crouch and block. Something very obvious, yes, but it may take time to learn. So make sure to set the CPU to attack you both high and low, so that you can learn how to block easy moves and easy commands. Normal attacks or special attacks on their own may not do that much damage, so what you need to do is learn how to do a combo. A combo is a two hit or more move. So if you can connect a move into another move, it's a combo. So the first thing you want to do is to learn your basic ABC combos. So what I mean by that, a basic combo would be one that is done with normal attacks. For example, standing light punch into standing medium punch, or crouching light kick into crouching medium kick. Also, you can mix up the combos. You can do a standing light punch into a crouching medium kick and things like that. So that's something that you have to explore on your own, in this case with the Shoto character, and then you also do that with the other characters. Try seeing which normal attack links into another normal attack, and also be mindful of the flow, because for some characters one attack may be fast, one may be slow, so it may be difficult to learn how to blend these moves together. Also, once you've learned how to combo normal attacks, then try comboing normal attacks into special attacks. Your normal attacks are just the buttons that you press like randomly, and then your special attacks are the ones that are on the command list. So try comboing a normal into another normal into a special. That's why I said that initially you have to learn the normals on their own. What normals does your character have, and then learn the specials on their own, and then now after you've done that, you can try to combo one into the other with your character. And once you've learned your basic combos, you can then try advanced combos. Don't just go into trial mode or whatever training mode that shows the character's combos. Learn the basic ABC combos first, something just easy that you can do by yourself without even maybe checking the combo mode or whatever. Learn the ABC combos before the advanced combos that do a lot of damage, is what I would say. Don't just rush into trial mode or whatever. Learn the fundamentals and then advance from there. So how you want to go about playing fighting games is treating them like it's a play. Imagine you're on stage and you're in a play, like you're acting. One person talks and rehearses their line or says their line, then you respond. Treat fighting games like that. Let's say your opponent is on the offensive and they're just pressing so many attacks and they're just trying to hit you. Now you're on the defensive, but wait for moments where you get a chance to attack back. This is your response, sort of like in the play. After one person reads their lines, then you respond with your line. Think of fighting games like that. Don't just mash buttons like, oh, I'm just going to press whatever button and it'll work. That doesn't usually work for most characters in the game. So that's what you want to do, but also be mindful that you can also interrupt what the other character is doing. Just because you're being attacked doesn't mean you should just keep on blocking forever. Fight back. Don't just stand there and block. Like, fight back. So you can also interrupt that character's moves, and that's something that I'll discuss later on in other videos. But what I mean is that look for moments where you can interrupt them or you can mess up their gameplay. Don't just switch between I'm attacking straight up or I'm defending straight up. Mix offense and defense if you want to play the game well. But this is something that's learned in time. So by interrupting them, you can use their offense against them, or they were being too offensive that they got careless and they used the move that's slow. Punish that. Don't just stand there blocking, and don't just press random buttons. Find an in between, find balance. So this is something that's like, let's say with the stage play thing, like there's sometimes when, like in a series or a movie, like someone's talking and then someone interrupts. Like the dialogue isn't always person A talks then person B responds. It's very mixed. That's what your mindset should be like in fighting game. Mix offense and defense. Don't just stick to one thing, and by doing that I think you'll be on your way to learning fighting games. And yeah, hope maybe I'll make more videos about this, but this is just a beginner's guide to fighting game videos. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.